Hi-yo, here we go. Mosaic Fort Point from Trillium. I just noticed a little while ago that I had no video review of Mosaic Fort Point. Mosaic used to be my favorite hop. Now, like everyone in the world, I'm a Citra head. But I thought I should give this a taste. I haven't had it in... I don't even remember the last time I had this one. I probably had like a taste of someone's. Like my friend who brought it to a tasting or something. So it's just like all the other 4 points, but I dry hop it with Mosaic hops. And my cat is meowing over here. 6.6% alcohol. It was canned 8 days ago. Let's just jump right into this thing. I just had double dry hop 4 point, that uses Citra yesterday and really liked it. Hopefully this one doesn't pale in comparison. Looks almost as hazy as the double dry hopped one, but also looks very similar. The head's definitely nicer. The head is more dense. Got a nice mixture of tiny bubbles and big bubbles. I can tell it's gonna stick around for a while. And that's pretty nice aroma. That's a very big aroma. This glass is actually a really awesome glass for shooting aroma into your nostrils. But this has that classic, super, super peachy Mosaic with a little bit of some kind of spiciness happening. But it's a good mixture of like peach gummies and fresh peach. Maybe a little pineapple too. But definitely peach gummies. It smells nice, but I'm finding Mosaic to be a little one-sided. I guess it has like a very slight, spicy, almost smoky sort of thing. Yeah, not quite peppery, but almost on the edge of chive or green sort of quality. I feel like I used to notice some Mosaic beers that have it being like all out oniony, but these days, however they're brewing with them, or maybe the actual Mosaic hops themselves that are being grown are less oniony. But it's just, it just doesn't have quite the complexity that that Citra does, or like something like Galaxy. Though Galaxy isn't my favorite either. I do like Galaxy and Mosaic in a blend of different hops. Well, that smells really nice. Pretty big aroma. Same flavor mostly. Really low bitterness. Got some nice body for 6.6%. Not quite as much as double dry hop 4 point, but it's not watery or too thin to be a full-bodied New England style IPA, which I would call this an IPA, not a pale ale, though they call it that. That's good body. It's not syrupy, and there's a lingering peach rings and sort of pineapple syrup flavor on the tongue. The finish is pretty clean. Yep, this is a really good Trillium batch. Nothing wrong with this one at all. I just am not a huge Mosaic fan. Or at least Mosaic, featured mostly by itself. There is Columbus hops in this as a bittering hop, but that doesn't add so much. I think usually after a while I notice sort of a grapefruity type bitterness that I think that's coming a lot from the Columbus hops. But most of the aroma and flavor is Mosaic in this beer. I guess there are some citrusy candy-like notes on the edges, maybe sort of a lemon lime hard candy, Jolly Rancher type thing. Not quite Starburst. I'm not getting the berry notes. A lot of people say they get berry notes from Mosaic, but I don't know. Maybe. I get more berry notes from Simcoe, which is the mother or father of Mosaic. Or they say like that Mosaic is the daughter of Simcoe. Whatever exactly that means. I know they crossbreed all these, but would are they all females? Are they looking for all females? Or I think maybe they only use female plants. They're the only ones that create the cones. I should know this stuff. I feel like I'm noticing a little bit of a gypsum-y, chalky flavor. It's not really chalky on the tongue. Something almost sulfury now. That's not my favorite. I don't know if that's coming from the yeast, if that's coming from them actually adding calcium sulfate, otherwise known as gypsum, to it. But that does help with the body and everything, but sometimes I notice that it kind of gets in the way of the hops flavor, especially in the finish. Yeah, I didn't get that at first, but I'm not a huge fan of that. It's a great beer. I'm sure lots of people would love it, especially if you're into Mosaic and New England style IPAs, but the cat's going crazy. Not a huge fan of it, and yeah, that's like kind of not metallic, but weird minerally chalky type thing. And the finish is not my favorite either, and I feel like I noticed that in almost half of these hazy IPAs these days, but usually don't notice it in Trillium. So I guess I'll give just a 4 for this. Hope no one sends me death threats. Maybe I'll like it more after drinking it for a while. Maybe it's a little too fresh. I usually don't say that. 9 days old, nah. And I doubt that kind of slightly off flavor. I mean, it's not exactly off flavor to most people's taste. It's just an extra flavor that I'm not a huge fan of, that chalky sort of thing. It's not chalky in the feel or creating a lot of throat burn or anything like that. It's very pleasant and easy to drink. But just the way that's lingering and the hop flavors aren't morphing into more grapefruity qualities. This isn't my favorite, but it's still a really well-made beer. Maybe I'll blend some other IPA with this one and create something even better. Goodbye.